Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to do a film about spark plugs. I don't mean to cover the whole subject, only to touch in some very basic things that every person needs to know before he inquire spark plugs. Okay, let's get to it. Spark plugs. Spark plug is a part in the engine. It's very important. It ignites the mixture of the fuel and air inside of the cylinder. There are all type of spark plugs, but there are mainly two big companies, NGK and Denso. Most usual car uses them. What should we know about the spark plugs? They are regular, let's call it like this, spark plugs that usually last for something between 25 to 35,000 kilometers. And also there are Herodium spark plugs which last much longer, something like 80,000 kilometers. The regular spark plugs, as well as this is for example spark plug for a Toyota Corolla. As I said, it lasts something like 35,000 kilometers. What I need to know? First of all, I need to buy only the spark plug that the manufacturer of the car told me to buy. It's written on the user manual. If you are a little bit more professional, it's on the service manual. It's very important. When I buy the spark plug, it's coming in a box. On the box written the exact letter numbers that you need to buy, but make sure that the number and the letters that appears on the box are also appears exactly on the spark plug. What about the number? The number is very important. This is a regular number for a regular country. The rule of thumb says the following thing. If the number is one number lower, for example 15, it means that the engine will go up 10 degrees Celsius higher, up, okay? If the number is one number higher, כלומר 17, it means that the spark plug or the engine will work at 10 degrees Celsius lower. It's specially made for countries with extreme weather. For example, very cold place like Alaska or very warm place like the Sahara, they need to use other spark plugs. After saying that, when I bought the spark plug, every spark plug, the manufacturer advises you that there should be a gap between the electrode and the diode. Okay, here is the two part. Most car, it's something like 0.9 millimeter to 1.0 millimeter. In order to check it, you need to use this kind of tool. This tool is called a filler gauge. Every filler gauge, as you can see, has its measurement. For example, in Toyota Corolla, the measurement that the manufacturer advises you to is 1 millimeter. In order to do the check, you should put the filler gauge in the gap. Okay, it's a little bit hard to hold the camera and to do so. Okay, you need to hold the filler gauge in the gap. You should feel a little bit resistant, not very hard resistant. When you feel so, you understand that this is the gap the spark plug should be in. The next thing I advise you to do, this is a socket. In my case, it's 16 millimeter socket. Now there are a lot of sockets. There are sockets with rubber inside. This is not with rubber, this is with magnet. I advise you to buy a socket with a magnet. Why a magnet and not a rubber? The rubber after a while gets dry. When it gets dry, it can't hold the spark plug in a good way. One time it also happened to me that the rubber stayed on the spark plug and it was held to take it out. I needed to build something like a hook in order to take the rubber out, and only then with a new socket I could take it out. With a magnet it can't never happen. The magnet sits right on the spark plug and you can see it won't fall. Only with a little bit of force it takes out and it stays clean and it's undamaged. So this is very important part. Something else that I advise you to do if you change spark plugs. First of all, use your hand as much as you can. Don't use the wrench until you have to. What do I mean? If you see the coil here, they are very delicate. Every raw movement can break them and can hurt the compression inside of the cylinder head. If you turn it with a lot of force, with a little bit more force, so the spark plug will sit in the cylinder deeper, and it could hurt the cylinder head. It could also hurt the compression, which you can feel it with less horse braking powers. Okay, so use your hand as much as you can to feel the spark plug. When you put it in, okay, after use כמובן, use of course this part that makes it longer. I'm sorry for my English now. Turn it with your hand until it stacks. When it stacks, only then, in order to tighten it, use this tool. I see a lot of mechanics or home mechanic use the usual wrench. It's not right to do so. The only right tool is a torque wrench. This is a torque wrench. In my country, we go with a measurement of, as you can see here, Nm, Newton meter. The manufacturer of the car gives you the exact force you need in order to lock the spark plug. For example, in Toyota Corolla, it's 25 Newton meter. It's a little bit strong, but this is what the manufacturer tells you to do so. If you do it less, it will hurt the compression. It won't ignite the mixture of the fuel and air in the best way. And if you do it a little bit stronger, you can, as I said before, you can hurt the cylinder, the compression, and the top of the piston. Now, in the next movie, I'm going to show you how you can change a spark plug in Toyota Corolla 2006. Hopefully, this information will help you all. Good day. Bye-bye.